All right, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. Okay, so this is the Love After Lockup review. I'm not gonna go over everything all the way to episode 6, but I've been trying to kind of give like a summary of what's going on because I was supposed to be reviewing Love After Lockup. I was supposed to be reviewing Marriage Boot Camp. I was gonna start reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville and the new show that Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac is part of. But then this happened. So I've been kind of busy, and he has the worst time ever. He always wakes up when I'm supposed to be working. And I also got a full-time and a part-time job. So I'm gonna be doing reviews as I can. And you know, I chose violence reviews as I can. So this is Love After Lockup season 4, episode 7 review. Now, y'all know that they have they have couples that kind of form relationships from the pen. And then when the people that they're kind of sponsoring financially comes out, then Love After Lockup is them recording their journey to see if this person's legit or if this person's a bitch. So let me go ahead. I need to fix my camera real quick. Hang on a second. Okay. So essentially what's going on is they got a couple named Taylor and Chance. Taylor is a damn fool. And by the way, her name is spelled Taylor, as in T-A-Y-L-E-R, not Taylor, as in T-A-Y-L-O-R. I don't know why the hell they thought that shit was supposed to be maybe like unique or whatever. But it seems like a nice girl, but she's also an idiot. I'm sorry. She and Chance have been, talking. He's been in prison, but she got kids. And without actually knowing how a former inmate who's been in an environment where people are either butt fucking somebody or beating up somebody or hurting somebody. No, he cannot understand what I'm saying just yet. She got this man around her kids, as in reading them to story, putting them to bed in the same house. Now, the safety net that I thought was nice was that her twin sister, who also has a criminal record for doing drugs and stuff like that, in and out of jail, and has an addiction issue that she's in recovery for. I thought that her twin sister, who seemed to be doing a lot better in her presence because they're working as a team around the kids, would be like a safer situation. But last episode, Chance, from the moment he came out of jail or prison, has been complaining about Bobby, Taylor's sister, being in the house. Like, why is she there? Why can't she stay in the garage? And I'm thinking, man, why is your ass there? You don't have a job. You haven't contributed to nothing. You came out with somebody else providing a roof over your head. You got the nerve to ask what Taylor's sister, Bobby's, been doing when she's actually the one helping clean up the house and watch the babies and shit. She's helping her sister, whose father of her child passed away. What the fuck have you been doing this whole year? So you're like, what? I feel like Taylor does not check Chance. You are my man, yes, but you are not a man that has been providing if you're not paying the bills, you haven't been here to watch my kids, you haven't done anything to actually prove your worth. Bobby, however, yes, she may be a little bit codependent on me because of her drug habit, and her being around me helps her not go out there and do drugs. But while she's here, she watches my kids. I trust her with my kids because she's their aunt. She's not out here doing drugs with them. We have a system that we created. You're the extra in the mix. So why the fuck you gonna show up and not even stay up to a year and try to kick out the person like the person's like somebody's mom? When you marry somebody and the mom comes to live with you, you don't want the mom to live with you, but that person is contributing. You don't have a job, your license is expired. What the fuck are you? So I guess Chance, now that him and Taylor are together and he's released, Bobby overheard him talking shit about her, along with Taylor talking shit about her with the new man she just met in her life. And so she up and left. They were saying that she doesn't need to watch the kids anymore. They were like nitpicking. And because Taylor has some fresh penis inside her, she's now deciding to basically burn her sister, who's been there for her, for a dude that's basically a stranger to her. I don't care how many times you talk to this man in prison, you have not lived with him out in the real world or to see the extent of how things are. And Chance manipulates the hell out of the situation, and Taylor follows his actions. So that's their issue. Then we have petite Chaz and Branwyn. Branwyn looks like one of those females that like blonde, likes to be super skinny, get a skin tan, wears fake lashes, is looking for a sugar daddy type. I'm gonna look good, I'm gonna be something pretty for you to look at, but you're gonna have to spend a lot of money. And Chance is has been married four times minimum, and obviously these marriages can't not working because he keeps picking the wrong person. What I noticed with Chaz is it seems like he wants kind of like a trophy girl, and there's something about him that's kind of like gutter irritable. It's irritating me when I see him. Like, I feel like there's something wrong with him. For you to be married 4 times, and I look at Branwyn, the girl you chose, they don't even look like she would date somebody like you. Maybe he likes the thrill of being with somebody that, is above his grade or his pay grade, finding her in prison, paying for everything, and then he loves having sex with that person. That way he can now claim, well, I dated this person, I did this person. But at the end of the day, the relationship ain't gonna work. So Branwyn came out, and Chaz picked her up in front of the freaking, what's it called, the freaking a precinct or whatever the hell they come out when they come out of jail, before she even got to halfway house or whatever. He's standing outside proposing to her like a dumbass. She says yes, and then they have to go and get dressed to go for their marital whatever. And then we find out later that Branwyn cannot leave the state of Kentucky without, or cannot stay in the state of Kentucky without legally being married to somebody. So she's not gonna go marry her ex who threw her in jail. She's gonna marry whoever the first person that she found online is. But after she marries him, she's gonna go on parole to her so-called friend's baby daddy's house. What kind of bullshit is that? She's not paroling to the man that she's supposed to be marrying's house. She paroled to the person that she told Chaz is her friend's baby's father. I said, first of all, ain't no way in hell my friend is going to be paroling to my baby's father's house. What the fuck? And freaking Chaz is believing that bullshit. No, that's not her friend's baby's father, even though she's saying that shit. That's somebody that she wants to fuck. And that's somebody that she wants to build a relationship with, which is why she's not rushing into marriage like she did with you. You're the person who's going to keep her in this state enough for her to stay and, you know, get to know that man. So essentially, she gets changed in the bathroom, wears ugly ass black sweats, has this freaking cheap ass veil on. Then they go have somebody officiate the ceremony, have the documentation. Chaz is now probably gonna go submit that stuff, tell people he's on his 5th marriage with this beautiful woman in his eyes, this woman that's supposed to be a fox that he would not otherwise be able to catch if she wasn't in prison. And then he's gonna go drop her off the wedding night at somebody else's house. What kind of shit is that? So he gets there, drops her off, and he's expecting, of course, to get some poom-poom because he's been shelling out some money. He needs to give up the ass. I've been waiting so long, especially now that we married, right? So they get to the house, and she's giving him rules. The baby's father I'm with is saying that I cannot have guests over. There's no sexting in the house. What? I said, that's bullshit. She goes, I have my own room. He's the only sober house I can go to that, you know, whatever, that would let me stay here with, you know, sober. And on top of that, you know, he doesn't want me to have guests over. So, and then and Chaz is like, you know, okay, so when does he come home? She goes, he comes home at 4. And they look at the time and it's 3:45. And of course, Chaz is thinking to himself, shit, I can do this in 15 minutes. We can just do this one, you know, wham, bam, thank you, man type situation. But then Branwyn looks at him and goes, I'm kind of tired. And you can see Chaz like asking specific questions like, is he gonna come in here? Like, are you guys gonna have sex? What kind of relationship do you have? Because he obviously knows in your gut when something tells you that something doesn't make sense, that it ain't right, bitch, it ain't right, okay? But obviously you're in la la land because you're looking at this girl and you think she's the prettiest thing on earth. You just want to at least tap that ass one good time before you start actually seeing what's in front of you, what the rest of us are seeing, okay? She playing you, she don't want you. Then we have, Kayla and Knockout Kevin. I call him Knockout Kevin because Kevin he had that southern accent. I knock your pussy ass out. It's like, what? And Kayla had initially did not ask Kevin. Oh, there goes my dryer. So Kayla initially did not ask Kevin to show up to pick her up and take her to wherever the hell she wants to go parole. She put his house down as the place she was going to parole to, but she had somebody else come pick her up by the name of Curtis. And she told Kevin not to show. Kevin said, fuck it. The entire time she was in the halfway house, she suddenly stopped talking to me. She suddenly distanced herself from me. She's not as, you know, friendly as she would normally be when she wanted me to give her some money to sponsor her ass while she was incarcerated. Yes, baby. Yes, indeed. Then, so Kevin shows up and Curtis is in the car waiting for Kayla. Kayla's packing her stuff up in Curtis's car. Kevin comes out the car and Kayla walks right past him like he's like a panhandler or something. And Kevin's like, oh, that's it? You're not gonna talk to me? Kayla's like, I told you not to come. And she's walking, packing her stuff, going back and forth, and not even so much as stopping to give him a hug, not stopping to talk to him like he's the extra, like he's the person she's about to play. Curtis has made a pattern of like, apparently doing fights in his basement or his garage or whatever the fuck he's doing fights in, and posting that stuff of him fighting like he's big and bad. So they start talking shit towards each other, and then Kevin ends up going up because he's looking stupid right now. He's looking crazy, and Kevin has a huge ego. So essentially what's happening right now is Kayla's over there in Curtis's car, and Curtis comes out to now act like he's hard because there's cameras around. And then Kevin's like, you better not touch me because I knock your pussy ass out. Curtis looks at him talking about do it, and wow. If you see how he literally sank to the floor like he didn't know what the hell hit him, like it was several people jumping him, that it wasn't even just one punch. So I call him Knockout Kevin. So of course, after Kevin knocks Curtis's ass out, Kayla's looking like, yo, why am I going with this one? I chose the winner. So Kayla calls Kevin to come pick her up because obviously now she's turned on because she's seen that this guy can actually really fuck somebody up. So they end up going to Kevin's house, and she doesn't know that Kevin is still salty about how she treated him like he was the extra, or that Kevin is like a playboy. And Kevin likes drama, and that it makes him feel good with his self-esteem when females are fighting over him. So here's Kayla now at the tattoo shop with her friend, that she hasn't said. I forgot her friend's name. Tiffany. She had the tattoo shop with Tiffany, and she's explained the situation with Tiffany, what Curtis put her through, and how Curtis tried to pick a fight when she's literally right in front of the parole house, and she's on parole, and then they get in trouble. So she chose Kevin, the person who won the fight. And Tiffany's like, you know, Kayla is that type of person that want to live her options open. She's not gonna sit here and be secure with Kevin. But Kayla's thinking, you know, Kevin's nice, making her breakfast in bed, la la la. But then obviously they're walking the dog and females are blowing up Kevin's phone. So Kayla's asking him about, you know, what are you doing? Are you cheating? And Kevin's gaslighting the fuck out of her. And brings up the fight with Curtis as a way for her to distract her from actually paying attention to what he's doing. What is it, baby? I'm not paying attention to you. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? So it's crazy how the situation is playing out. Then we got another person named Kayla and her 13-year sentence, Martell. Martell was incarcerated for 13 years, and the entire time she held him down. I'm like, who does that? Who does that? Because as soon as he comes home, the first thing he does is pick a fight over some little crumbs on the stove, uses that as an excuse so he can leave and go to wherever the hell the other chick he was talking to, and then come back. So Kayla is now going to meet up with Martell's cousin by the name of, what's her name? I don't even know this woman's name. Bubbo. Bubbo is a whole mood because Bubbo knows what it is. She said that she's done the same thing Kayla has. And when the guy came out, it was a complete shit show because he shitted on her as usual. Let me get his food. Hold on. So basically, Martell is now out. And Martell is enjoying life. He's not trying to be tied down to Kayla. He's not trying to marry her. In prison, you like a distraction. You like people to distract you. You like things to be what it is. You have dreams that you talk about. You have things and promises that you make until you get to the real world. It sounds all nice when you're there and you're blocked from people, but when you're actually in reality, in situation, you don't want to do that. And Bobo basically lets her know that Martell is known before he went into prison as a playboy because he got that good. I said, well, his face doesn't look good, but if he got that down there that's good, then I can see why people, you know, will fall for him because he probably knows how to whip it out and, you know, sling it around and know how to do it and rock your world. So Bobo talks about how she's not really sure about Martell's intentions and that Kayla is a good girl. But at the same time, Martell has a history and she doesn't know if Martell will be able to actually behave in the manner that Kayla is thinking. Because she out here buying cleaning supplies so they can move together when he comes out the halfway house. But it's a whole hot mess, right? Then you have Antoine and Lacie in this particular episode. Okay, Lacie, don't remember about the Lacie from the other season, the one that has all the freaking surgeries and looking stupid and keeps going back and forth about the man that she married and the old person that in and out of prison, just dumbass. It's a different Lacie. So you got Antoine and Lacie. Antoine looks like a whole child in the way that he behaves and how he navigates his life. Lacie is 38 years old. She's been in a 20-year marriage prior where she felt like she wasn't able to be herself. She's now dating Antoine after her marriage as the freaking guy that she's gonna now try to build a future with. And of course, Antoine's mom already warned Lacie that her son is a fucking savage, that, you know, he likes to do the same shit that she does. He likes to drink, he likes to smoke, he likes to party. He does not think about consequences. He wants to do whatever the hell he wants to do, and he doesn't give a damn. So I'm like, okay, Lacie, I understand that the mom may be a little bit more codependent on the son and vice versa, but if she's telling you this, she's probably telling you the truth. Because Antoine comes out, and even though the mom is not a good influence, Antoine wants to go see her, and the mom is already playing games. I can't see you tonight, I'm busy, because she wants Antoine to come to her so they can keep doing the dumb shit that they do. Then they have sex. And then the next morning, Antoine's like, I will rate everything a B. I'll rate it a B. And I was just like, first of all, you're not about to rate me a B in the bed after you've been in the pen for so long. Who were you screwing in there that's an A to where you got to compare me to them? That's what I want to know. Number two, did you just boo-boo? Or was that gas? You just boo-booed. That is a strong scent, Bubba. Okay, so we're sitting here and we're listening to Lacie talk about how Antoine is and how they have fun. She's making him breakfast. Antoine is looking like there's some things about her that he's not really feeling. And at the same time, you gotta be, I mean, you gotta be, he's just looking at her like somebody I just, you know, I come out of prison, I want, you know, I want some puss. So if she's gonna give it to me, so be it, whatever. So essentially then they go out and they're supposed to be going, I guess, on their first date, which is like golfing. Antoine already clarified to her that he was in solitary confinement 23 hours out of the day for a very long time. He's uncomfortable being around people. He may not know how to socially interact. He may still be like having nightmares of himself and shit like that. But they end up going golfing. He ends up enjoying himself. And the next thing you see is her taking him over to go car lot to go and buy a car. Now, initially, I'm thinking, are you trying to like either like bribe him or spoil him? Like, what exactly are you intending on doing? Going to buy a guy a car 2 days after he's out of the pen? I thought she was being dumb as hell. But then they get to ordering the car. The car salesman asks, okay, well, whose name is the car going to be on? And he goes, you? She was like, negative. And Antoine's looking at her like, bitch, I thought you liked me after what I did last night and how I put it down or whatever. I gave you a B, but I sure did get an A+. You're not going to put this car under your name? And Lacey's like, no, I'm not putting that car under my name. I guess part of her, because she's 38, is responsible. Yes, she'll buy him a $5,000 car, but she's not going to put that car under her name when it has debt on it. Because she wants, if anything happens and Antoine does something crazy, he's got to be responsible for whatever the situation is. So you got to be able to get you a car, sure, but you got to get your license. You got to pay for the bill, which was a smart decision. But I don't think even going to look for a car 2 days out was even a wiser decision. You need to see how he operates out in society. See how he operates. See if his mom was right that he was a fucking savage. See everything in its actuality before you put yourself in that situation. And I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but Lacie right now she's like, I would say that it's a fine line between what she's doing between dumb and smart, okay? Then I know that the other couple they didn't discuss, I don't know her name, I don't remember her name, I just know that she was dumb as hell because she's young and she chose to now try to build a relationship with a 24-year-old guy. I don't remember his name because they didn't mention him in this episode, where he was fucking somebody in the halfway house before she even picked him up. And his family was at home making dinners, waiting for him, and he was out there talking about he's trying to buy burgers for everybody in the damn halfway house and go back and give them cheeseburgers and shit. Then he's supposed to be paroled to his sister's house, and he's obviously sleeping at different people's houses. And this heifer has her daughter calling him daddy when he already has a kid of his own that he's not even taking care of, been in and out of prison, and she moved her whole life to his family's house, and his family was telling him this shit is crazy, telling her this shit is crazy, and she continued to do it. Then we find out that he's still talking to some other female, and he don't even give a damn. Like, he only wants you because you were able to give him money and give him a little bit of a distraction while he's in prison, and you had the nerve to move your whole world over to him. Girl, bye. I don't even know if I should feel sorry for her, girl. You just deserve this life lesson you need to learn. But that's the other couple. I don't know their name and stuff like that. I'll probably know it the next time, but they weren't in this particular episode. I just know that their situation is crazy as hell. But that was the extent of it. I'm gonna watch Marriage Boot Camp later on today and then do the review. But let me know what you think about the Love and Live After Lockup episode that we just talked about, episode 7. Go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, because just in case this channel gets messed up, I can at least post the videos on the other channel. Plus, I'm gonna be posting stuff on there once things die down a little bit, because I'm over here doing this review with this baby in my lap. So you guys have a good weekend and enjoy the rest of your day.